Hi, thanks for joining me again, Dr. Marianne Cintron. This is my 9th video on the letters, and this is letter T. I'm going to be giving these free for you. I want you to know that if you are an adult with a child, just sit next to them as they go through the book with you. And if you are an adult that has dyslexia, I want to encourage you to download my free app, CDSM, on Android. Listen to the music as you in your left ear as you go through this, and let's retrain your brain with the phonics, because the science of reading says music has a phenomenal impact because it relaxes the brain, and it just lets the left side of your brain get retrained. And so I'm going to share my screen right away, and we want to say the picture and then the letter name and the letter sound. So turtle, T, T, turtle, T, T, turtle, T, 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 T. So do that as often as you want, 3 times, 5 times, but have your child do that. Now the next page is a train. Look at all these letters with pictures with T. So I have my crayons. Now T is actually considered a tall grass stroke right here. And I'm going to get a crayon and I'm going to circle things that start with T. And say the word top. Tennis racket. Truck. The number 10. Old-fashioned telephone. Here's just a train. Train. Down at the bottom, look around. Here we have a trombone. Here we have a tire. And all of our pages have little pictures with the numbers. So this is a train. Now you also want to find your pop-outs, because this one has a pop-out right here. Hold on one sec. Here, this is pop-out card 3. This is part of the multisensory value here. We're going to pop out the turtle and the television or TV, and we're going to pop out the teddy bear, building vocabulary, and by having, and I just say these for the other ones, having the multisensory approach, we want to try to engage as all the senses that we can. So the turtle, I'm just going to put a little dot on that shape. And like a puzzle, we want to match the shapes. Let me see how my TV would go like this. And the little teddy bear is going to go right here. Look at this train bringing all these fun things to its destination. If you want to color the dirt and the grass and the rock, well, we could go ahead and do that. Let's get our thick crayons. Let's color some of these rocks brown. Try to get your child up and down. Older the child is, the better they'll keep in the line. Now this track looks like it's on gravel. So maybe I'll use my black color for here. And I'm going to do it lightly so I could still see the little pebbles underneath it. And then we don't have a white crayon. Maybe my smoke is a little black. I'm going to lightly color the black in here for the smokestack. What else can we color? Here's some more dirt down here. And we'll just color this little dirt there. Little dirt here. And then we have our track. We could color the track maybe a dark black. Kids love to color. And again, we are engaging them. Let's color this track black. How do you learn best? When you're seeing or hearing or having hands-on? See, we learn better when we have all. So we're going to turn the page. And anything that starts with the T sound, the same as telephone, we're going to circle. So let's get blue or get another color. Tricycle starts with T. Carrot does not. Tree starts with T. The sound T. Apple, no. Toothpaste starts with T, the sound T. Umbrella, no. Butterfly. Turtle starts with T. Chair. Tire. Tire starts with T. Tent. Tent starts with T. TV. We call it TV or television. Mouse. Triangle. This is a musical instrument, starts with T. Hat. And tractor starts with T. We're going to talk later about words that have the sound at the end of the word, which would be that, but we're not addressing that yet. So now we're just going to take some time and outline T, T. Start this way with the baseline. How does your child do this? Have your child do that. That's going to be a baseline letter. Now we're going to go through every line, down and cross, down and cross, down and cross. We're going to start at the red color at the top and go down and cross, down and cross. We use our light, red, yellow, green, as a model of down and across, down and across. Green is the end of our letter. Red to green, cross, red to green, cross. Down and cross, down and cross. If you're an adult doing this, you could skip through this if you have nice printing already. But remember, we're retraining the brain. So if you can let the music play in your left ear while you're doing this and listening to my voice, we're on the journey of strengthening your left angular gyrus. Down and across. Down. Now the line disappeared. So here's our memory, our brain memory going here, and our motor memory for our hand, down and cross. This is all part of retraining the brain of a dyslexic person. Down and across, down and across. Now all we have is the dot. Does your memory allow you to do that? Down and across, down and across, down and across. Now, when I've worked with young children, I'll do the lowercase letter a second day, on day 2. But right now, I'm going to keep it all together for this video. So how did the memory work? Let's see if the uppercase T was correct. This is our tall grass T. Now we're going to practice the tall grass, meaning the yellow line is the midline. We're going to go above it. That's why it's called tall grass. Just above the yellow line and stop at the green line. Just above the yellow, stop at the green. If you do... down to the green. Adults can fast forward through this if you want. So here we have the dot, but no line. So let's see how the memory is working for ourselves, for children and adults who need help with dysgraphia. This is how we print our letters. We don't start from the bottom up. A lot of students have dysgraphia, which is not knowing how to print the letters correctly. Now look at my grip, how my crayon's gripped. Encourage your child to grip. And if you have a left-handed child, you're going to want to tip your paper this way so that they're going like this. And they're probably going to go straight up and down. Down and cross. Last line is going to combine uppercase and lowercase, uppercase and lowercase. Now try it on, let your child try it. Uppercase and lowercase, uppercase and lowercase. I have created short videos on every single letter so you could see what's contained in these. If you haven't purchased your books already, you can do that. So now we're going to page 5. In this little picture, is a tie. Okay, tie. So we're going to do the first letter sound, T, T, T. Lamp, O. These are review. Now we're reviewing what we've already done. Since this is book 9, we've done a lot of these beginning letters already. Grapes, G. Cat. Now look at this, cat. We're introducing the first letter, K, A, T, cat. Carrot. K is C. Igloo, I. Apple, A. Dog, D. Starts with D. Here's how you make your D. Octopus, O. You notice how I say the letter name when I write it? That's good practice for when the child gets into higher grades. Sandwich, S is S. Closet, K. C. Log, O, G. O is L. Then we have, I'm going to put caterpillar, K. C. Tire, T. T. Here's a new letter. See how I take it to the midline? Lion, O, L. Tag, T. Our new letter. Ag, tag. Now we're going to go to this page. And this is a cot, okay? I'm going to just write C-O-T. Look what's happening here. T at the end. So we have a coat. You hear the T at the end? Doll, corn, cat. Hear the T at the end? Dog, hat, T at the end. Bat, snail. So what you're going to do, have your child get their small scissor out and teach them how to put their fingers in here and their thumb in here And adults, I love to have my large scissors. So what I always teach is cut this strip out first. It's just more manageable, and this helps with executive functioning. Executive functioning are organization skills, and so many children don't have them. So let's start them young with organization skills. So I have my first strip. I'm going to cut out my cat. And I'm going to cut out the coat. This becomes trash. Then I'm going to go to my other strip. I'm going to cut out my bat and the hat and throw the rest away. If you have children that want to really clean it up even nicer, you could cut on the dotted line. Now we're going to get our glue stick and put these cat, coat, hat, and of course I dropped one. Last one is bat. Bat. If you want to practice more, at, cat, coat, coat, at, hat, at, bat. Good job. So I love how Pleasant Rowland introduces floss words here. This follows the science of reading. I'm going to throw my trash away, try to keep a neat working space. When you talk about floss words, I'm going to use my pencil and just put here FLOSS. If it has a double S, a double F, or double L, and also Z is a floss word, like buzz, buzz. So here we have doll, ill, glass, class, odd, toss. So let's draw a line, and you could have your child use a fat pencil. Ill, ill. Toss, toss. We have, do the ones that are really obvious. Glass, right here. So you could do that. Class. See the double S? It's a floss word. They call this odd because he has a mask. So let's find odd. Now, odd is not a floss word. It's just a double D, but it's not a floss. Not floss, in case you're a teacher being trained about or in Gillingham. Toss is there. Here we have doll. The girl has a doll. And maybe you caught that before I did, but anyway, I have a lot of information in my mind. There's her doll. Good job. Now we're going to turn to the tags. Page 8, tag. So this is more cutting. Cat, doll, gas, cot, glass, log. We're going to cut out our words. And again, for executive functioning, cut the whole strip out. Cut the whole strip out. And, we're not in a hurry. Let's go ahead and have our child take the time, because it's so relaxing to cut. Kind of like brushing someone's hair. Okay. Or knitting or crocheting. So we have, let's just go like this. We can cut them all out. You do you. If you want to cut it out and then paste it, you do that. If you want to cut them all out like I just did, and then paste them, do it that way, but you do you, okay? Cot. Here's my cot. A cot is where we take a nap. If you're in a tent, here we have gas. Up here, gas comes out of this tank at the gas station. I developed the child's vocabulary as we're working. Say cat, cat. This cat has a nice red bow. Here we have log. So a log is a part of a tree, a thick part of a tree. Here we have doll, or a little doll. And here we have, I'm sorry, I keep pointing to the picture, to the space, and I really want to focus on the word. So here we have glass, and that is the double S, floss word. Floss word is doll, floss word is glass. Those get memorized, and kids with dyslexia will not learn that model. So it has to have a lot of repetition. But for kids who are right on track, learning to read, write, and listen, they will learn doll and glass are floss words because they have a double ending letter, but only one sound. So now we're going to go to page 9. So this is where I use words. Orange top. Actually, this is a red top, orange top, yellow top, green top, blue top, brown top. Now I'm going to have the child listen for the beginning sound and then circle it if it has the beginning sound of T. So, do you hear a T in tip? If you do, circle the top. Do you hear a T in lip? No. Cross out the orange. Number for the yellow. Do you hear a T in tail? Yes. Go to the green. So instead of numbers, it gives colors, okay? It's good for younger kiddos. Do you hear a T in male? No. Do you hear a T in team? Yes. Do you hear a T in beam? No. So I was giving rhymes actually because that's how kids need to differentiate between beginning letter sounds. So here we have C, D, we have A. What's going on here? This has to build a little, an animal. Now in the back, there are some instructions which I'm actually clarifying, but I'm going to show you what you can do here. You could go to the back of the book. So these words are on a tape, but I have, I just told you how you can select some words. And then there's a mystery sound in a picture of the sound of glass breaking. Okay, so we're going to connect the dots to make a turtle here. So it's interesting. These are the letters that have been taught. They're not alphabetically in an order, which could be kind of confusing because we're used to doing letters in order. A, G, O, C. T, L, T, S, T. So this is the back of the turtle. You see his tail? So it said for this one, this is going to be the mystery sound is a piece of a glass breaking. Draw a glass breaking. So maybe we could just put pieces of glass, sharp glass. And then here's the bottom of the glass because it stayed intact, but all the other pieces just kind of cracked. And I'll just put here so you know, glass broken. Okay, so that's how you use the book. If you don't have my instructions, I'm trying to make them a little bit easier for you to utilize. You can also use, so you could get them from me, but you can also get them at the back of the book. So now we're going to read a story about tag. Okay, the game tag. So they give the characters the letter name, Tig for tiger, doll. So Tig is it. Tig tags doll. Doll is it. Tig slid. Have your child read this. Doll tags Tig. Tig lost. Tig is sad. Doll is glad. Doll sits still at last. All these are familiar letters and familiar words. So now we go to page 12. So I'm just going to show you, these are going to be associations. What does not fit or what fits? Okay, the association. This is a truck. This is a car. This is a tractor. What does not fit with the other two? We're going to cross off the tractor because the tractor is for a farm. These are for the road. Then we have a bicycle, a taxi, and a Jeep. Now you could ask your child, a taxi and a bicycle can both go on the road, or a bicycle could go off-road. What association do you want to make? Which does not have four tires, four wheels? So this does not have four wheels. Your associations can be different ways. You know, also I'm thinking tractor, tricycle starts with T, taxi starts with T, truck starts with T, tractor starts with T. Let's do that also. And then we have motorcycle, tricycle, and a bus. Tricycle starts with T, two wheels, and two wheels. I'm going to cross off what does not have two wheels. Well, that's three wheels. So anyway, that doesn't really, we had a little bit of a glitch there. We're going to continue. So we're going to go to T. And I lose my screen when I lose connection there. So these are, oh, I take that back. Let me see. Yeah, I don't think I can share once I lose that connection. So if you go to the next screen, go to page 13, and we're going to circle words that start with T. And we have a tambourine, circles T. We have a triangle. We have a truck in the middle. We have a train. We have a television. And we have a TV. So I'm going to look at my directions because on number 13, you're going to hear sounds. The train is something that kids will hear in nature out when they're outside. A tambourine is something you might have at your home. Hearing a phone ring or a ringtone is something they would hear. Ask them if they know what a truck sounds like. A lot of kids don't know what a triangle sounds like, but we know what a TV sounds like. And then for 13, we're going to write the word cat, and then we're going to spell sit. So I get my fat pencil out. So it's right here. And I'm sorry, because when I lost the connection, I lost my screen share. So under sit, we have sit, S-I-T. Remember that T crosses above the midline. And cat, I have k-at, C-A-T. I have the T crossing at the midline, above the midline. So I'm going to, I guess my share doesn't work, so I might as well just enlarge my screen here. I learned that from all the videos I've recorded, that once you lose connection, you lose your screen share. So here's another activity. So here we are back. So this is a turkey. We're going to do some outlining again with the letter T, down and across, down and across, down and across. Have your child go all the way across, down and across, down and across. If I lose connection often, I'm not going to be able to record these, so hopefully this won't happen again. And then we have this piece under here that we want to cut. So remember, we want to cut every time we see those dotted lines. But first, remember, cut this strip out. Cut the whole strip. We're going to give this turkey some feathers. And it would be really fun to color this, don't you agree? Okay, so let's get some colors. Well, turkeys, we're going to color some feathers orange and color some feathers. So I'm just going to go like this. Skip every other one and just easily color the yellow, color the orange, and then my yellow. And you know, kids get kind of tired. They're sometimes they don't want to color too much. So in the other side, I'll make these brown. Okay, so I'm not color, you know, I've even had a student who only did such little coloring inside, just as long as there's some effort made to color them all. So when I'm working with my student, I'm modeling, so I have my own book. So I have my large scissors, and if the student needs a little bit of help, I go ahead and help them. So we're going to glue these feathers to the outside of this T for triangle, T triangle. So be cutting out your dotted lines. And if this lesson takes 2, 3, even 4 days to work with your child, it's okay. Because I do other things with the book to warm them up. So I'm going to just put the glue around the outside of the triangle. I feel like Mr. Rogers right now. So I put the glue on the outside, follow the pattern, how the flat part is going to go on there. Flat part. So I'm going to trade up my colors and put the flat part all the way around. This is going to be one fluffy turkey. Trade up the colors. Now, if you want to put your feathers inside the triangle, you could do that too. So far I have this much, right? So I'm going to put the other ones on the inside. I have 5 left. And I guess how you do it is really up to you. I'm going to face mine up like this. And then it works kind of cool because it makes a pyramid. Just kind of learn as I go along here with you. There we go. Okay, and your child would love that masterpiece turkey. So now on page 15 is a story. This story was new to me. Anansi the turtle goes to dinner. So at the end of this video, I'm going to connect this story so you'll know what the story is about. And because in here, it gives you the abbreviated story. And this is a story. And again, I'm just going to hold it up since the sharing left. Enlarge my screen a little bit. Anansi is the spider, and the turtle wants to come to dinner. But Anansi is very deceptive, and he tells the turtle, you better go wash your feet because they're dirty. So when the turtle goes to wash his feet, the spider eats all the food. So Anansi is a very deceptive little insect. So the turtle says, well, why don't you come to my place for dinner? So the turtle invites Anansi to come to the water where he lives. And what the turtle says, so Anansi is too light and floats. So he tells Anansi, you have to put some rocks in your pockets so that you can sink and go to the bottom of the ocean. So when he goes to the bottom of the ocean, this is water, he sees all the food that turtle has for him. But then turtle says, you have to get rid of those rocks out of your pockets before you eat. So when Anansi takes the rocks out of his pockets, he's going to float to the top. So he never gets to eat the turtle food either. So the turtle tricked him right back. And what is amazing, on page 16, we have comprehension questions. So here's the question. The turtle has the food on the table. The turtle washes his feet, or the turtle puts a coat on. What does not fit? The turtle does not have a coat. The turtle has a shell. So we're going to cross that one off. So sometimes these are what is true, and sometimes it is what is not true. So the turtle plays in the mud, the turtle digs in the mud, or the turtle walks on the path. How does the turtle get his dirty feet? Well, he doesn't dig in the mud, so we're going to cross off the turtle in the middle. Next, here we have Anansi eating the food, wiping his mouth, and we have Anansi with a full plate of food, full table. So I'm just going to pick a question for you. What does Anansi do when the turtle goes to wash his feet? He's going to eat all the food. So I'm going to circle, he's going to eat all the food. Now, when the turtle goes to, when the Anansi goes to the water to the turtle's place, does he see the food up on top? Or does he actually sit down and eat the food with turtle? He only sees the food up on top. So we're going to circle that. Because remember, when he took the rocks out of his pockets, he couldn't sit down anymore. Now, this is the ladybug line. Okay, ladybug line. Did the turtle have Anansi put acorns in his pocket, or pebbles or stones or rocks in his pocket? He had him put rocks or stones in his pocket. And then the last one, we have the spider has a jacket floating up to the top. We have the spider has his jacket in the bottom and he's floating to the top. And then we also have the spider eating the food. You know what? The story's different, but the spider is not eating the food. So we're going to circle the middle one, that the spider had to float to the top. If he took the rocks out of his pocket, he would still float with the coat. But if he took the coat off with the rocks, he'd still float with the coat. So that is video number 9, talking about the letter T. I'm going to thank you for listening to this. And again, if you're an adult needing to retrain your brain and learn phonemic awareness, this phonemic awareness will help if you play classical music in the left ear. I have several videos that explain the dynamic about that. It's what I had my doctorate done in. So if you need more information, find me at dyslexia-solutions.com. Let's have a discovery call. Let me see how I can help you. And we are a nonprofit. If you want to go to my website, dyslexia-solutions.com/donate, you can make a donation of any type. Thank you for tuning in. Now listen to the story about Anansi and the turtle right after this. Bye-bye now.